So before we give away the diagnosis, which might be obvious to some, I just wanted to ask, when did your symptoms start related to this problem? And what were you starting to experience?
They go way, way back. And it actually started, I was having trouble with my golf game. Nobody has had that problem. But I developed carpal tunnel syndrome. And at the time I was playing a lot of golf. And I'm going back to when I was about 19 years old. I'm 74 years old now. But a lot of pain running up the arms, and quite high in the arms. And I wanted to fix whatever was going wrong in the hands. And although it took quite a while for me to get off my butt and go see the doctor, I was about 23 years old. And the fellow that saw me, Dr. Rash, and he's probably long past now, but within seconds, I think he knew what was going on. He sent me down for an x-ray down at Waltham Hospital, an x-ray just to see what was going on with the pituitary. And that day, there was a diagnosis, acromegaly. I found out that the growth, the excess growth caused by the high growth hormone level was centered in certain areas of the body, the feet for one, the feet, the hands, the head.
You said your hat size.
Hat size went up over 8. It used to be closer to a 7. I don't know what that means in circumference, but how that relates. But I had trouble finding hats that fit. The chest, the bones, the ribs, the chest grew considerably. Right now, I think I'm about maybe a 53-inch chest. When I was younger, before the growth spurt, I think if you measured it, it would be more like about 38. So that's considerable, and that also can cause a lot of pain. And I was about 5'9.5" at my highest point. I've shrunk quite a bit, unfortunately, because of all the spinal problems. The spinal problem is probably the biggest problem I've had through the 55 years of going through this ordeal. I'd be on my feet standing now if it wasn't for the spine. A lot of excess growth in some of the bones of the spine. The facets are a mess. I had 7 spine surgeries. A couple of those were fusions. One was the neck, 4-level fusion in the lower neck and the upper cervical. Upper 2 cervical and lower 2 I'm saying cervical, I meant to say thoracic. Anyway, got a lot of surgery, some serious stenosis. I had cauda equina in the area of L3, which was actually cured, fortunately. Over at the Mass General, surgeon was able to take the pressure off that, so I could sit here in comfort. At initial diagnosis, there was a lot more fatty tissue, and I recall not being able to move my thumb into to touch the little finger. I can do that now because of all the treatments I've had. There's less fatty
Can I fill your
tissue,
hand?
but if you ask someone, if you try to diagnose an individual,
That's good.
and you ask them to try and touch their little finger with the thumb, and they can't do it, that might be a little bit of it. Well, it turns out that I remember having an appointment about 6 months after surgery, and they said that the growth hormone was still elevated. And as far as numbers, I vaguely remember like a 50 on the growth hormone.
That would be a very high number, but we're not sure, yeah.
But, and I remember them initially saying I was over 100 prior to the first surgery. So there was this new thing that had been developed, the proton beam, and the cyclotron was over at MIT, and they recommended being shot by the proton beam to try and bring the growth hormone level down. And in fact, I did go for the proton beam, and it did bring the level down. My recollection is somewhere around 8 on the growth hormone, and sometimes it would be as low as 5 over the years. And this was at first considered normal, as I recall. Something happened with the way they measure it later on that wasn't normal. But in those days I was normal, then I wasn't normal. Whatever. I have had colon polyps and stomach polyps, yes. Pancreatic tumor removed. I went through surgery and I did develop some diabetes after that surgery.
I think your main issue that you told me about was that your jaw, you felt like your jaw protrusion had gotten worse over time, and they talked about doing surgery on that, but they decided, I think in the end, to not do that. Is that correct?
Well, that was my decision.
Your decision.
It seemed like they wanted to work on my jaw, the dental people, and I just didn't want to get involved with that. I don't think it really bothered me over the years.
Yeah.
I can recall an older woman got offended. She thought that because my chin was so extended that I was making faces at her.
Okay.
And I didn't know at the time what my problem was, but she sure had a problem. The thing that I worried about mostly, and I had a lot of chest pain, and I was always telling the doctor, geez, I get chest pain, I get palpitations, and I get it after exercise. So I'm thinking, well, after exercise, it's got to be the heart. Well, in fact, it was a skeleton, and all the forces that come into action when you exercise. Afterwards, they get these arthritic pain, referred pain, and to me, it just seemed like the heart, but I guess it wasn't. I was more focused on that. I said, gee, I gotta keep my heart in shape.
Yeah.
One thing that I consciously decided to do when I had so much pain, I was forced to be in the wheelchair, is not use footrests and to propel myself with my feet, even though my right leg is pretty weak. And so that gave me exercise, even though I was in a wheelchair. You don't have to be in a wheelchair and not get exercise. Push through all that stuff and stay very active in a variety of sports. I actually skied till I was 60 years old, and it was something that I enjoyed, that rollerblading and bike rides. Fortunately for me, I never smoked, and I always tried to stay in condition, which is what I think helped me go through all this junk. And this is a funny one. I'm in a wheelchair now, but I actually push myself up hills in the wheelchair, my arms and legs, and slalom down streets in the wheelchair, but then I'm a little crazy. The physical therapist did not recommend that. The one here. Certainly, just pay attention to detail. When you get a new patient, you're not going to be thinking acromegaly right away. That's something that's maybe in your back pocket diagnosis. But certainly to diagnose acromegaly, pay attention to nerve compression. It might be in the spine, it might be in the wrists, people might have trouble with their feet. Nerve compression would be a big one. There's others too, didn't affect me, the vision.
Just kind of pay attention to those details, you're saying.
It's hard to go slow with the insurance the way it is now, but just get all the details that you can.
So thank you for saying that, Pete, and thanks for joining.
Yeah.
We haven't really met, but anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Pete, thank you so much.
Oh.